Hey, Crusader here, loading up one of my favorite games of all time, Dark Souls. This is the remastered version on Steam. I don't even know if I have a game to load on here. I do have a couple ones. Oh, that's right, I played on the Steam Deck. Well, we're going to do a new game, and we're going to enter a character name here. That's a great idea. Oh, I guess I could use my keyboard for that, can't I? No, no, no. All right. Okay. Enter a character name. Okay. Crusader 911. Okay, good. Sex, yes. I mean male. Class. Oh, this is always tricky for me. I've done the thief, which I do like that, but it's a little tricky. I do like the bandit. Of course, pyromancy is a great one to do in this one. It's kind of the original easy mode, if you will. But I do like the knight and the warrior. They're both good. Strength. He's got more strength and dexterity up there than this guy. He's got more. What's he? More vitality. Okay, we'll go warrior. Just keep it simple. All right, gift. What are we gonna start with here? Goodness, so many choices. The master key is the best one. Physique. We're gonna go large upper body, large lower body. I'm heavy. All right. Face. Yeah, I'm not too worried about what my face looks like. It's going to be covered up most of the time anyway. Sure. Hair. Receding. Short. We'll just go shaved. It's more in line with mine. So then the color doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. We're going to accept it and start the game with this. We're not going to watch the cutscenes. The main reason is it is so darn confusing. It seemed initially not too complicated, but after a while it's like, man, this story is so convoluted. They could have made it a lot simpler. It's a bad time to be alive. You're kind of dead. You're trying to come back to life. And whether you succeed or not doesn't really change anything. The end. Okay. So, we'll skip on down. Alright, so here we are. It's a beautiful game with the remaster version. So, you can't see it. There you go. Somebody drops you the key at the beginning, and so you're kind of confused as to why they're helping you. You don't know. And all these are hints on the ground to tell you what to do. And so we're not going to be too worried about that. Hear those feet? Oh, a Taurus demon, or asylum demon. Maybe that's a foreshadowing of what we can expect. Who knows? Alright, so we'll see what happens here. Oh, I'm doing an absolutely terrible job. But I have a broken sword in my hand, as you can see. So it's not very effective. But dropped a couple of them at least. I don't need to read all the messages. It's the tutorial. It just tells you what to do, what each button does. I can explain it as I go along, and it'll be a lot quicker than if I did. So yeah, you can lock onto your target by pressing it on your stick. I kill all the ones early in the game. They don't give you many souls, but you don't need a lot to upgrade in the early game, so it's helpful. Alright, so we're climbing up. And we're up here. Excellent. Anyway, I have a very interesting history with this game. I'm excited to tell you about how I even got started with it. Ultimately, it was my love of podcasting that got me listening to podcasts before I created any. They got me most excited. Oh, you can see the demon at the very top there. Now, it's a surprise most of the time. So there he is. So if you didn't know to look up, and then you can hear the other one still walking. What a big deal to know that there's two. You would have never known that otherwise. Interesting. So what happens is you walk in here, you have no idea what's going on. You're like, oh, what's this little message here say? Get away. And so then there's an exit over here. You're not ready to fight him. So anyway, big asylum demon dude there. Kind of a foreshadowing of who you're going to be facing. Trying to get his attention. Yeah. He's staring at me, but he knows he can't get me. And that's probably a good thing. Ooh, a bonfire. So bonfires are important because you can rest at them, and that refills all your health and spells and things like that. And it also creates a safe space. But what is unique about this particular game, get your shield. Okay. Ooh. Okay. What's unique about this game, oops, I don't care about gestures. Let's equip some items here. There we are. Is that what makes it unique is when you rest at the bonfire to create your save, all the enemies you killed respawn except for mini bosses and bosses. Okay, now I can put on a decent sword too. So now we got a decent sword and a shield. We're ready to do some damage. It takes 2 shots to kill him with it. Now you can also double hand your sword, which will increase the damage by like 50%, I think. So that's a great option to have. So that's the bonfire I lit down there. I don't even think I rested at it now that I think about it. I rested at the other one, which is fine. You can kind of roam around here. So I will tell you the backstory of how I got into this game later ahead. After I get through this tutorial. Otherwise, I think trying to do the things I need to do while talking might create me some difficulty. So now, again, only for playing this, you know, at the top of the stairs there's a boulder right there. See that? Cool. Out of the way. Oh, and a secret is revealed. Oh, let's talk.
Oh, you. You're no Hollow. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something. You and I, we're both undead.
So will I listen to him? Sure.
Regrettably, I have, but perhaps you... There is an old saying, thou who art undead, and thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh when thou ringeth the bell of awakening. Well, now you know. Oh, an Estus flask.
So that's how you repair your health. An undead asylum key.
I must be... I would hate to harm you after this, and thank you.
So, basically, all the enemies you face in this game... Well, not all the enemies, necessarily, but most of the enemies you face... Oh, he just died. That's the sound of death. And so then it circles you right back around to here. So this is where we went in. I wonder if I can open it. Okay. It got locked. Interesting. So, all the main enemies you face in this game were once alive. And now they're dead. Oh, so he disappeared. Interesting. And it's these undead, you know, or these hollow individuals that you face as a result. So, very interesting stuff. Alright, so I used the key that the guy gave me. So that it talks about strafing and parrying and doing different things. Now, the HD, you know, the remastered, it's a lot cleaner than the original game was. Oh, my bad. So, the sounds weren't this crisp. Of course, the graphics weren't near this crisp. So a lot of the things we hear and see, we wouldn't have been able to see before. The white fog usually means, it always means you're going into a new area. The question being, is it a boss area or not? And sometimes that's the trick of knowing if it's a boss area or not. I know from playing this game that, of course, going in here, we're going to face the demon. But sometimes when you traverse the white light, it's just a new area. So it's always a little bit of trepidation if you don't know what to expect. So I'm going to two-hand the sword here as I drop onto the guy. There's no guarantee I'll win this first fight. So we're going to drop down and plunge attack. Yeah, baby. Took half his health with that attack. Okay, clear. Good. Oh, I dodged the wrong way. Now he'll break these pillars. So you think you're safe hiding behind him. You're not. So rolling is your best friend. Let's go ahead and fill up our health just to be safe. And you think standing close to him is actually the easiest, and it is, but he will fly up in the air. So you gotta watch out for that. Ooh. Okay, good. Good dodge. Okay, good. Now I gotta let my energy get back up there. Got him. Alright, that wasn't too bad. The first time you play this game, that's typically gonna take you a few attempts. So if you hear, you can still hear the footsteps. I don't ever remember hearing that when I first played the game, so that's really interesting. Oh, that goes back to where we started. So we're gonna go the other way now. So if you hold down the B button, we're sprinting, and you can see my green energy meter was going down as a result. Alright, so we're using the big Pilgrim's key here. So, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the number 2340. Those are, you pick up souls from the people you kill, that's what they're called. And it's the currency within the game. So, you use it to upgrade your character and do different things, and so... So here's an interesting nest. I forget how to crouch down. I don't want to press a button and roll off the cliff. But you can normally hear them talking. There's a lot of weird things in this game, and how people figured it all out, I have no idea. I assume somebody had a guide somewhere for some of it. But, so I always thought this was weird. Like, okay, I'm going up here, now what? Cutscene. I like cutscenes sometimes. Dark Souls has some interesting ones.
In the ancient legends, it is stated
I want you to see this one.
that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Alright, so we're going to the land of Lordran. And so you kind of get a little preview of the layout just by looking here. Not a whole lot, but some of it. And, kind of, okay, there's all that up there, but we're landing way down here. And the birdie drops us off. And so this is called Firelink Shrine. It should pop up here in just a moment. There you go. And now we are at the hub of the beginning of the game. We're through the tutorial. And so there's a guy here, you can talk to him.
Well, what do we have here?
A new arrival.
Let me guess.
The fate of the
Fate
undead.
of the undead.
You're not
But
the
there's
first.
No salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the well, there are actually ones up above in the undead church. Ring them both, and it's not much to go on. But so off you go. It is.
So he's like a depressed soldier.
You're fit, I don't know. Oh.
Anyway, you want to exhaust people's dialogue because it allows for different things to develop and happen, so. Humanity's important in the game. It does different things for you. I don't want you to get to all of it right now. It's overly complex. Humanity basically allows you to turn, every time you die, you're hollow, is the word for it. And so if you want to unhollow and become human again, you have to use a humanity. And you have to be human to summon a fellow human player to help you in a battle. You can't do that when you're hollow. So you can roam around here and you see there's different people to talk to.
Hello there. I am Petrus. If not...
Alright, he's going to offer me...
Hello there. I realized, but I also... Here. No.
Alright, he's going to... If you talk to him again, he's going to offer you to join his covenant to learn miracles. Unless you're doing like a faith build, it's not necessary and it's really not worthwhile. So let me show you the different ways you could go here, because I think this is really intriguing about the game. You can go down this way, which we're not going to right now, and it will lead you to like one of the hardest parts of the game. You can go right there from the very beginning. You can also go up that stairwell there, which is where we are going to head. But when I first played this game, where I ended up going was this way. And I was always expecting something creepy in here, but I don't think anything ever actually happens. Been a hot minute since I played it, so there's a really good chance I've forgotten a lot of things. An open treasure chest. That's weird that it's already open. But there's the bird that carried you here. He's up there. So that's interesting. But I always went this way, and this. I'm not going to go down there now because it's not important. But down here, it takes you to a cemetery, and all those bones turn into skeletons. And you can see all the bloodstains represent other players' deaths. So if you stand over it, you can touch it, and you can watch how somebody else was fighting here, and they're doing good. Oh, I took a hit, and they died. A lot of deaths here. And so you can see the little white flame down there. Like, those are items to pick up. They're good things to get. But I know what to expect in here. And so you need to be leveled up before you head down there. It's just not a good start. But early in the game, you don't know that. So that's what's kind of neat about the game is, if it's so, like, it's meant to be a hard game. The game was called, like, the subtitle was called Prepare to Die. So, like, the whole idea was you're going to die a lot in this game, and that's how you're going to learn and grow. But if you're dying, like, if you think you're getting decent at it and you're still dying a lot, there's a pretty good chance you're in the wrong area. You need to level up some more, play some other areas. So this is the way you're actually supposed to go. Alright. Come get me, baby. Gotcha. Alright. So, you got some people up above, you got some people down below. Just letting them come to me. Very good. So he's not coming after me for some reason. I thought, oh, and this guy throw fire bombs. He's mean like that. Oh, I'm out of health, or out of, I was out of stamina. Alright, got him. Alright, so you can level up your bonfire. I forget what that takes. And when you do, it lets you have more Estus flasks. Normally you start with 5. In this case, you would get, I have 10 because Firelink Shrine is automatically upgraded. So if I rest at another bonfire, sometimes the bodies drop stuff. And you just pick up all the stuff. But what actually happened... Oh, I forgot to level up at the bonfire. Shoot. I think I'll be alright. And then we'll level up the next one. So what'll happen is when I rest at the next bonfire that's not leveled up, I won't gain any more Estus flasks. Whatever I use won't be replenished unless it's below 5. Soul of a lost undead. Alright. So now we're getting into a... Ooh, a rat. Die, rat! Got him. Oops. Turned around too much. I always thought this area was really creepy. Confined. Like, I always thought I wasn't claustrophobic, but I think I start to realize I am. Doesn't open from this side. You will find a lot of doorways like that. They only open from one side. Alright, so let's see what we got going on up here. Ooh, Undeadburg. So we're into a new area from Firelink Shrine. Okay, he's dead. Good. Another one gone. And I love the... Oh, there's a guy down there, huh? Well, oh, I missed him. Shoot. Got him. I like the ragdoll physics of the bodies. I think it's funny. Shoot. Doing a very bad job getting started here. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Big trouble here. Big trouble. I'm gonna die. Oh, I can't believe I survived that. So there we go. Refill some health. Get out of that little hallway. Was a really bad idea on my part. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, there you are. Got him. So if you get behind him and hit R1, you'll get to do a backstab. Does massive amounts of damage, and it kind of, it locks them in place, it locks you in place, nobody gets hurt in that moment, so it's a good thing to do. Climbing up the ladder. Ah, humanity's so good. Alright. Important part of the game. Okay. But we've already discussed all that. So, I wonder if there's something behind those barrels. Oh, there is. See? It's important to explore around and see what there is. Oh, somebody's throwing firebombs at me. I hear him. I don't see him. We'll get back to him. A big part of this game that you could do is you can actually run through areas without killing all the enemies. But since they all respawn anyway... Oh, there's a... Oh, I think I get to that later. Since they all respawn anyway, like, there's actually not a huge... Oh, gosh, scared the crap out of me. I don't know where he came from. But I jumped tremendously. Anyway, there's not a huge incentive to clear the areas, simply because if you're going to be running back through it multiple times, unless you're looking to farm souls, which is a big thing in this game. If an area is too hard or you're just having a hard time progressing, you find an area that's a little bit easier that you can keep clearing over and over again, build up your soul count. And then you can upgrade and make it a little bit more, you can tackle it a little bit easier. So, I knew that was a white fog door that did not have a boss attached to it, so that was fine. I think you can run and jump that, but I'm not going to, unless that was somewhere I already was. So let's go up here. Oh shoot, that's a big dragon. We're gonna die. Oh, he left us. Just kidding, I knew that was gonna happen. But it was pretty freaky the first time you ever saw that happen. Like, oh my gosh. Kind of give you an idea that that's gonna be something later in the game. Alright. If you can parry, it's a really important thing. Getting the timing down has never been my specialty. You can also kick. I forget what the kick is. You can do a bunch of different things, actually. Got him. So see, that arrow didn't hit me while I was in the middle of that backstab motion, which is nice. I think there's a shield in here somewhere. Somebody running down here after me? No? I thought somebody was running after me. Oh, what's over here? A wooden shield, yeah. I thought there was a shield. So you'll collect a lot of gear in this game. Most of it you'll never use because it's broken or not suitable for your character. Which is fine. But there will come a point later in the game where you can actually sell all the stuff for souls and clean up your inventory and stuff like that. So here we made it to a bonfire, which is a very exciting thing to do. We'll level up this time because I didn't do that before. I think my vitality, I'll probably give it 1. It's not huge, but I want to get my strength going. That's a huge thing for me, is I want my weapon to deal some massive damage. And so now that I rested, all the enemies that were up here before are back. There should be another one coming up the stairs. So, aggressive boogers. Not every enemy is that aggressive. These just happen to be. Alright. And so then, down here, there's another group of enemies. And you notice that these guys are more defensive. Oh, wrong button. Shoot. Wrong button. I was trying to remember how to kick. Because that's a very useful thing if you can kick their shield out of the way, but I forgot the button. I could ask Owen. He's beaten all the Dark Souls games. Typically his favorite series of all time. That, Elden Ring, stuff like that. He's pretty amazing at it. So when I get to some difficult spots, I'll be asking for him to probably jump in on the gameplay session, and you'll get to see a master at work. He actually got all of his friends into Dark Souls, and they played through most of them together, I think. Oh, that's... Did I miss an area before I go down there? Oh no, there's the merchant. Here. Undead merchant.
Well, now, you seem to have your wit. Then I trade for some.
Alright, so what? He's got repair powder, so your weapons will degrade, but every time you rush to the bonfire, they come back. But if it ends up breaking, you have to repair it at a blacksmith, or you can purchase one of these. Fire bombs, obviously. Projectiles, I think you can understand a lot of this stuff. So there's some things there. There's some things here you'll want to get later, but I don't have enough souls for it. You can obviously upgrade weapons. All kinds of stuff, so pretty cool. Nothing I'm going to get right now. He's going to be mad about it.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, shut up. Okay. So, going back this way, I think this just circles us around. It doesn't really do much, but because I don't always remember. And so these guys, though they're weak... Oh, I just kicked. How did I do that? They will overwhelm you with numbers. Like I said, kicking is too useful not to know how to do it. I guess I should have paid attention to the tutorial, huh? Alright, moving up. Oh, nice. Throwing knife, sweet. Oh, there's that doorway now I can get to from earlier. I could also go that way. I think I want to go back this way for a minute here. So there's a very limited jump. Let's see here. I think I know what it is. I think you hold down run and click in the left stick. Or not. Oh yeah, they all respawn. I forgot because I rested at the bonfire. I thought there was a guy in there. So they will chase you for a while sometimes. So sometimes it's to your advantage to just go ahead and clean them out. I mean, I like the fact that you have some flexibility on how you want to play this. But sometimes that's just a smart play. I'm debating if I want to circle back around one more time to try to make that jump. I don't think I do. I don't think it's probably worth it. So I'm going to let it go. So I'm going to rush to the bonfire again. So here's something I discovered. Now, I did the first chunk of this game all by myself without a guide. Didn't look anything up. Figured it all out. So there's a ladder there. And obviously that creates a shortcut back to the bonfire. But you don't get to it from this spot. You got to work your way up there. Oh, there with the kick again. Oh, is that how it's gonna be, huh? Die. So I picked up his crossbow, so now I have a projectile weapon. Alright, I think I'm clear on enemies chasing me. So there's a guy throwing firebombs somewhere up there. There he is. Oh, a couple of them. Man, how do you kick? Come on. I wonder if it shows me in the options anywhere. Options. Thought I heard somebody close by. Nope. I'll have to ask Owen. I can't remember how to kick. That's terrible. Okay, we're gonna run across this bridge. Hopefully not get burned. Alright, good. See, this is when kicking would be a great weapon. But circle behind him. Stab him. That worked out well. But that's not open from this side. There we go. That happened again. So you've already seen that twice, or very early in the game. They like to do that to you. I assume what that means is there's a lock that can only be accessed on the other side, which is why it doesn't open from that side. Otherwise, that'd be kind of silly, I think. Yeah, I thought there was a guy back there. Hi. Yeah, you get trapped in that little bitty hallway, and he can do some damage. eat it. I don't even know if there's anything back here. Just a guy. That's alright. Well, not really a guy, a dead person. Ooh, a treasure chest. That's always good. Usually. Black fire bombs, 5 of them. Sweet. Dark Souls is one of those games where you get so many helpful items, but I'm always paranoid that I'm going to need it later, so I try not to use it, and then I end the game with way too many items in my inventory. Alright, so I got one of them drawing after me. Come on. You know you want to. Get over here. Get closer. Get closer. Get closer. Get closer. Oh, he's going to throw a bomb. Little booger. Alright, there we go. Come on down. So this is the smart play when you're new in the game. Pull him down. Make sure he didn't have an item on him. You don't want to fight 3-on-1. That's just not smart. Alright, good. He doesn't have a shield, so just whack him. So there's all those bloodstains of everybody who's died in this area. Alright, so they're all aggroed. They're coming after me. Oh my gosh, they're gonna overwhelm me quickly. And there's my first death. I'm embarrassed that it was there. It should not have been. Good thing Owen wasn't here to see this. He'd be so ashamed of his father. So here's you're right back here at this bonfire. Now, all the souls that I had, if I can get back to them and pick them up before I die, again, then I get to keep them all. However, if I don't get back there in time, they're lost forever. So there's a huge incentive to get back to where you were. Alright, I don't want to risk him sneaking up behind me, so that's why I'm taking my time. Oh, man, how do you... Sometimes the game's a little glitchy like that. Like, there was no excuse for that behavior. Alright. Alright, clearing the room. Oh, he snuck up behind me. Oh, gosh. In trouble. In trouble. So not all shields do 100% block on damage. So you want to pay attention to stats on all your weapons. Like, they might block 60% of physical attack, but 100% of something else. So just pay attention to that types of details when you figure out what you're equipping your person with. Alright, good. So I avoided that one. Oh gosh. Where'd he come from throwing bombs at me? I wonder if he fell off the roof, which would be excellent if he did. Charge. Oh. Fast. I threw that kick again. Okay, I think I figured it out finally. Let's try again. Nope. I thought I figured it out. Okay, so forward on the stick and then R1. That gives me the kick. Alright. So now, okay, we're going to go down here. Pick up my stuff. Good. And they're gone. It's fun knocking them off the cliff and seeing them fall. The only problem is if they have an item for you to pick up, then it's like, well, that's sad. Dead end ahead. Is that all that is? I think that's right. And so you see there's a rating of 2 on it, and that means that sometimes people leave you bad advice, you know, and that they want you to die on purpose. It's mean. And so usually they'll rate it accordingly so you know what's going on. So I used the master key. I started with it. If I didn't have it, we couldn't get in this house here. And it's only important because I think there's a chest out here. It gives us something to work with. Yeah, gold pine resin. That's huge for this next boss coming up. It's a demon, and gold pine resin helps you deal with demons. Oh, wrong direction. Alright. So you saw he started walking towards me after I went to the treasure chest. So, there, I kicked him. That's a great thing to use. And I got somebody shooting behind me. I forgot about him. It's So that's the tricky thing. Sometimes in this game, they set up enemies where they'll come up behind you, or be shooting arrows from behind you, and then all of a sudden you're getting attacked from the front with sword, the back with arrows. It's not good. Not good. Oh, fast booger. Never be afraid to back up. Oh. Hi. Missed. Okay. There, he's down, so now one more. I usually strafe to the side where their shield is not. I think it gives you a bigger hitbox, so that's what you want to do. Now down here, I'm not going to go down here all the way because I'm not prepared. That's a Black Knight. He's very strong. He has like a blue ring, which is fine, but it would take me too many attempts to try to beat the guy, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Alright, so instead we're going to go up here, but you got to pay attention. Again, first time you do this, you probably don't notice, like, oh, there's something going on up there. Whoop, there it goes. Just one of those traps. It's one of the things that makes the game fun. Like, it's supposed to be a slower game. You take your time. You're going through here. So you use the master key and you go in here. We're not going to go down here right now. But down here, I'll start it for you. Okay, so that's not the platform. If you keep going down, there's a giant boss called Havel. And if you kill him, you get his ring, which is hugely helpful. It lets you wear heavier armor and carry your heavier weapons without making you roll and dodge slowly. The problem is he's an absolute tank and hard to beat. So I could do it occasionally, but I think it's best to have some upgrades before you deal with it. Alright, so there is behind these, I think. I thought it was somewhere back here. Oh, there he is. Twinkling Titanite. That is very important for weapon upgrades later. Those little blue bugs that you see like that or whatever, that's what they carry. They're just like little pickups for that. That's what they do. Okay, so we're getting ready to traverse the white light and face the boss. Now, he's not here immediately. When you first do it, you're like, oh, it's no big deal. But you see, there's a white... if you look at the doorway across there that's covered with a white fog, that means we're locked in. We can't get out of this area. So that's a clue that we're going to face a boss. And ideally, you're going to walk across this bridge until you see what happens. But because we know that there's a chance for someone to attack you in the back, you should look around your surroundings first. See what's going on up here. Oh, 2 archers. Alright, now no one's going to shoot us in the back. And you can slide down the ladder fast, actually, by just holding B. That's kind of fun. Alright, so we're going to go down the bridge here. What's going on? We're just looking around. I don't see anything. Nothing to be scared of. Nothing to be scared. There he goes. Big guy. The Taurus Demon. This is my favorite boss in the early game. I felt like such an accomplishment to beat him the first time I did after dying many times. I still die to him, so when I say he's my favorite, it sure doesn't mean easy. There's a nice attack on his head. Good. Alright, so we're gonna back up here. So, the first time I beat him, there's this little glitch here. I'll show it to you. Like, well, I don't know that I'll get him to do it, but if you stay close to him, you can get him to jump backwards. And sometimes he'll jump off the bridge by accident because there's a hole right there. Granted, he can knock you off of it, you can fall off of it. But every now and then, he'll fall off of it. And so you'll get a free kill. He just falls to his death, you get the kill, and you didn't actually have to beat him. Now, one thing you can do is you can go back to where you fell off the top of that tower and attack him with a fall again. I don't like to do that more than once. I think it's a great way to start the battle, but I want to fight him. And I do like to see if I can get him to fall off this spot. So we're going to fight here. Alright, good. So yeah, if I can get him to do that. Oh, good. So far, so good. Yeah, oh man, I gotta get him to jump off that bridge. It'll be so cool. Oh, he hit me with that one, didn't he? Alright. Oh, wrong direction, wrong direction. Okay. Good. Let's take a... Oh, I did not roll out of the way in time. Oh, he hit me, but not bad. So I'm going to take a step back this way. Okay, I'm going to take some health. There we go. Alright, one more hit and he should be a goner. There he goes. I love that fight. I like the narrow corridor. It's not too narrow where it's unfair. So I got a Homeward Bone into humanity. Homeward Bone's a great thing to use later in the game, or different parts of the game where it'll warp you to your last bonfire you rested at. So there are some areas in the game. You see there's a glow back there. That kind of gives you a clue that there's something. Alright, so let's get to our bonfire here. Oh. And, Oh, this is everybody's favorite character in the game, right here.
Ah, hello. I am Solaire.
Solaire of Astora.
Now that I am undead. No need to.
Anyway, he's fun. You like to talk to him. So, you want to exhaust his dialogue?
Well, not I.
Oh, I should have said yes. About his, proposition.
Then,
Yes, reconsider his offer. Yes.
the way I see in a land, so
Yes.
this pleases me.
So we're gonna... What it does is it will allow him to be summoned to help you in certain battles.
Of course, but I am. If you.
So we're not gonna go through all of it, but that's what it does.
Oh, if.
Okay, so there we go. Praise the sun is his big deal. It's a gesture you learn from him. So we're in this spot now, where we came from there. It's locked, and so everything seems fine until it's not. Until we almost die from this fire. So now I need to run as fast as I can. I don't know if I'll make it in time. I did, okay. So there's some different things going on, a lot of places to go here, but the main place I'm going to go is right here. Kick the ladder down. Climb down. The worst thing would be to fall off there before you did that. And now we have created our first shortcut. Huge. Big part of the game. It's a great place to stop. We got a lot done. Killed the tutorial boss and the first boss. Really enjoyed that part of the game. Hope you did too. We're going to work through this game little at a time and see what happens. So until next time, it's been Crusader, out.